Here's the next video in the BCM Replacer video series with the system operating on the bench. And today we've been doing some simple things really to aid installation of the system in the car for further testing. So I've made an adapter here. So this takes the input from the sensors from the car, heat sensors, a temperature sensor from the battery pack, and it's got my video connections here, and it just transfers it to another plug. So I've basically got a socket from a BCM here and a plug to the BCM, so that I can insert that into the circuit without having to modify the harness in the car, so that the system just plugs in. That's fine. That's the sort of thing that we'll have to make up for the systems to actually be sold. That useful sort of adapter. And got the voltage tap modules working correctly, and I've been using the old heat gun and freeze spray on the temperature sensors to make sure the fans were turning on and off at the right time, and it all seems to be giving reasonable results as that. Now I'm going to show you a screen in a bit more detail today, because there's a lot going on here. Now this is the main screen that you get once the system is up and running. There's a lot happening here. As you can see, pack voltage, maximum voltage, minimum voltage, high voltage, low voltage, tap voltages, etc, etc, checksum errors, PTC results, temperature sensor results, current, watt hours in and out, charge in and out. I mean, there's loads and loads on this screen, but this is obviously mainly for development, so I need as much, I need every single variable there is basically in the system on the screen, so I can see what's happening. And the car is happily accepting that, and the motor, etc, is working on the bench. So that's where we are at the moment. I have added some more menus, etc, so I'll just quickly whiz through the menus. Which one is it? Yeah, so this one cycles through the, I've got 4 or 5 different menus now. We can address various values. I'll come out of that, back to the main screen. If I press number 8, this is a new screen I've added. This allows me to tweak things in the state of charge, which is sent to the MCM, so I can now set the MCM to various levels of state of charge, and I can set some flags in the various bytes that are sent to the MCM, so we can see how that responds. I'm trying to find the bits which control background charging, etc. It may just be simply a result of a low state of charge, so if we tell the MCM the battery is only at say 20%, which it does when it first turns on after having the power removed from the BCM, that may be enough to trigger the background initial charge that we get when you sit there with the car ticking over. So yeah, so there's quite a lot of experimentation to do, but just by pressing any of the buttons on the keypad now, I can just immediately send the set the flag or set state of charge to the values that you can see there. So I'll just come out of that, back to the main screen. Yeah, so that's where we are at the minute. So it's still progressing, and with the construction of that adapter now, basically it's ready to go into the car for a bit of a test. So when I test it, first of all, what I'll do is, obviously I'll have manual control of assist and regen, so I won't let the system control that because I haven't written that bit of code yet. But what I'll do is I'll monitor the voltages, and I've also now got a tap deviation parameter here now, and I've set the warning at 1 volt. So if any of the taps deviate more than 1 volt, which is basically a cell dropping out, then it'll flag up an alarm. So I'm going to drive it around and see, monitor what the tap voltages do, see how in line they keep, and see if I can sort of visually detect